What is functional medicine? How is it different from integrative medicine? How is it different from the kind of healthcare I'm getting over in my healthcare system? Today, we're going to talk about micronutrients and functional testing. If you had a tree and the tree had some sick fruit on it, you might say, gee, I'm going to go up and cut off all those branches. Well, that would be a surgical approach to dealing with the tree, but it wouldn't get to the underlying cause of why the tree was sick in the first place. So functional medicine is about why is there a problem? Let's lift the lid up. Let's look at micro and macronutrients, toxins, sleep, exposure to stress, and how we're responding to stress and tension. I'm going to give you a perfect example. You may go to the gastroenterologist and have a colonoscopy, and they will say, well, your colonoscopy was normal. Well, it's not unusual for us to hear at Pacific Pearl, my colonoscopy was normal, but I still have gas, I have bloating, I have constipation, I have heartburn. Because we need to do some functional testing. We need to take a look at the microbiome. Look at how someone is digesting their food. Look for sources of inflammation. Look for bacterial overgrowth, what we call dysbiosis. And then we can personalize our treatment plan for that individual's microbiome. Conventional medicine is still living in the world of get your cholesterol down, get your blood sugar down, get your blood pressure down. We totally agree at the Pearl. Those are important. But we're always asking the question is, why does someone have cardiovascular disease? Where is the inflammation coming from? Cardiovascular disease is a disease of inflammation and oxidative stress. It's not just as simple as lowering the cholesterol, because if that was true, you would see a big decline in cardiovascular disease. We have millions of people on statin therapy and cardiovascular agents, so we're obviously missing something. And that something is things like inflammation, oxidative stress, sleep apnea, heavy metals. The research shows that if you have gluten intolerance, you may be at a higher risk for having a heart attack and developing cardiovascular disease. It's the same thing with nutrients, micronutrients. There's a way to test inside the cell for your micronutrients. Not everybody needs the same amount of vitamin D or vitamin C or zinc. We have people coming to the Pearl with bags of vitamins and supplements, and we say, let's take a look at what you really need. Are you low on your antioxidants? Maybe that explains why you have cardiovascular disease. Are you low on your B vitamins? Maybe that explains why your energy is low. Most of these tests are simple blood tests. One requires a little bit of urine. A salivary test, which gives us your cortisol over a 24-hour period. Some people have a little scare on their face when I say I want to do a 3-day stool test. It's just a small sample, 3 days in a row. The information is so valuable. We know about all the digestive enzymes. We learn about inflammation. We can check for bacteria. We can check for just about every funny nematode and cestode, amoeba and giardia and so on. We now have some really cool state-of-the-art technology. We can test for Alzheimer's disease simply from the blood. I would not be able to do that with my classic conventional medicine toolbox. So if I had to pick my top functional tests, it would be food sensitivity, microbiome, checking for sleep apnea, checking for heavy metals, looking at the micronutrients. All of these things come together, and then we can create a roadmap to health. I was just reviewing a report that came out not too long ago. This came out in Lancet, which is a major medical journal. Micronutrient deficiencies are a prominent global problem. It's affecting the North, it's affecting the South. More than 5 billion people do not have enough iodine, vitamin E, or calcium. More than 4 billion people do not have enough iron, riboflavin, folate, and vitamin C. So 5 billion people don't have enough of the basic micronutrients. So if we take a look at what was particularly deficient in the US, iodine. This is why we add iodine to salt. Vitamin E, another big one. That was kind of shocking to me. Question is why? One of the big issues is how we farm. We have gotten into what's called monoclonal farming. That means a farm that just makes soy or a farm that just makes corn. Our soil is depleted big time, which is why you see things on the shelves that say fortified with vitamins and iron, right? We try not to buy those things because they usually means everything, all the good stuff has been removed, so they have to add something back in. What I tell my patients is the first thing you can do is pay attention to what you're eating. Are you eating what we call nutrient-less calories? What's that? White bread, for example. Not a lot of nutrients in there. But if you bite into an apple, you're getting a lot of fiber. If you bite into Brussels sprouts, you're getting fiber, you're getting magnesium, you're getting calcium, you're getting potassium. So you have to choose foods that are high in nutrient quality. So that's your nuts and your seeds, all your green leafy vegetables, whole grains, if you're going to eat carbohydrates. These should be the foundation of our food. So we have billions of people, micronutrient deficiencies. We have a way to test for them, and we should be doing that. We have a way to replete them with food and with nutraceuticals, and we should be doing that. And if there's one lesson we learned from COVID, people with micronutrient deficiencies did worse.